I had two cameras out ice fishing and underwater yesterday, and they both got water inside. One was wet inside the memory card port, and the other was wet inside the battery port. When I tried to turn them on, one did nothing, and the other showed two solid red lights and wouldn't do anything else. I've had this happen before, and I've been able to fix it on my Osmo Actions and also my old Canon SX40 that accidentally fell into a lake, so here's how I do it. The first step is to stop trying to turn on the camera. You need to get the moisture out first, or you may permanently damage it when you send electrical current through the wet camera. Open the camera up as much as possible to get the moisture out. That means battery compartments, memory card ports, removable lens covers, anything that you can open up to allow air exchange, do it. Put the camera on a tabletop with a fan blowing on it and leave the fan blowing directly at the camera for at least 24 hours. It will take less time to dry out the camera with dry air compared to humid air. You could also try putting the camera into a bag of rice or silica beads, but this can take days to work, and you may get dust from rice inside your camera ports, which is another problem in itself. Keep in mind that each time my cameras have gotten wet, it has been with fresh water. If you have salt water or chlorinated pool water in your camera, that will be worse for the camera's internal components, and it may wreck your camera before you even have a chance to dry it out. After 24 hours or more, make sure that the camera appears completely dry. If you have any doubt, leave it in front of the fan longer. Mine usually appear dry after just a few hours, but I leave the fan on for much longer just to be sure. Now here's the step that could destroy your camera if it has any substantial moisture left in it. I leave my battery and micro SD ports open and lens cover off, and plug my Osmo Actions right into the wall with a USB cable. Now I run it for several hours on 4K 60. That heats up the camera and hopefully burns off any remaining moisture that's trapped inside. If you do this step and still have a bunch of water inside, you could instantly fry your camera. This camera has been drying for about 30 hours now, so I'm pretty comfortable with turning it on. If you see any moisture condensing on the inside of the lens or screen, it means there is still moisture trapped inside. In this case, I tend to just leave the camera running on 4K 60 since it's already running, and I turn the fan back on to pull the moisture away. If you're more comfortable disconnecting the power and just using a fan for more time, do that. When everything looks normal and I don't see any hint of moisture, I end the 4K 60 recording and consider the camera saved. Please don't intentionally get your camera wet to try this out, but if you find yourself with a wet camera, hopefully this suggestion can help you out.